Fox 6 News continues with Stephanie Grady and Ben Handelman.
You can come out, you can go back in if you want. I think the design is to sit in those tough moments.
Filming you?
In any adversity in life, I think a lot of the growth is, I don't know what AJ just said, it must have been pretty good.
Yeah. Are they filming you? Yeah, obviously.
They got to monitor you, man. Honestly, where's that footage go? I know you're very paranoid. Are you worried about that?
I'm not worried about the footage that's coming from this, buddy.
Okay.
4 days in there, it might get weird.
What exactly are they talking about? Will he stay or will he go? Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go into his 4-day darkness retreat to contemplate his future in the NFL and in his life.
We know you have questions. Honestly, we have a lot of questions, so we brought in an expert. This is Rima Shah, an Ayurvedic practitioner, holistic teacher, meditation teacher. You wear a lot of hats.
I do, yes.
We're focused on the meditation here. So Aaron Rodgers is going to shut himself into a dark room for 4 days. Your reaction, I know you're not a dark retreat specialist, but as a meditation expert, what is he doing?
Yeah, well, I don't particularly know the one that Aaron is going on, but there's actually dark retreats that originated in India, and it's actually known as Kaya Kalpa. And that's a little bit different because people are given herbal concoctions and they essentially go into a cave. And that's been going on for thousands of years. And it's sort of like ancient stem cell therapy. People have regenerated their bodies. So dark retreats, going into deep meditation has been thousands of year practice. And you do see a lot of that in India where a lot of meditation has been cultivated and created as a living wisdom.
We don't know the exact details of where he's going. We only know that he's going into complete darkness for 4 days. And this is complete shutout from any sort of light. He's being fed food through a wall that's then closed on the other end, so no light enters the room for 4 full days. I did a little research. I found a place out in Oregon because there's some speculation he's going out west, this place called Sky Cave. There's no pricing on it because I wanted to know how much this thing cost, right, for 4 days. But it's very interesting. They do talk about the origins in India, and they talk about how your brain releases these kind of catatonic chemicals. And after experiencing that for so many hours, it puts you into this kind of psychotic state where you reach this new meditative level.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people do talk that they sort of have maybe a psychedelic experience almost. Because if we think about darkness, and a lot of us are not in darkness so much anymore, we're surrounded by light, but if we took ourselves back to ancient days, we would have been in a lot of dark. And in darkness comes a lot of mystery, a lot of fear, a lot of contemplation, and you release a lot of chemicals through the darkness because we're very much beings that respond to light. So as soon as the sun rises in the morning, our biorhythms are getting started. Aaron's essentially shutting down a lot of biorhythms. And there are a lot of accounts that you get into deep meditative states and you are in an altered state.
Are 4 days extreme? And what will he get out of it? Would you become a clear thinker?
Yeah, I think anybody that withdraws their senses, as he's doing with the darkness, because silent meditations are actually really popular. And I think a lot of Americans and people have actually practiced that. That doesn't seem so scary. Like, okay, I just won't talk for a few days. But the darkness, you're gonna have to really work on your tactile perception. I think everyone can kind of assume that Aaron will come out with more clarity, more direction, more focus. It's just him sitting there 4 days. And he doesn't seem like he seems excited about this, from what I've heard.
You probably need to shave a little bit, you know. Hopefully he's not doing that in the darkness because Lord knows how he's going to come out, you know, after doing something like that. 4 days. All right. So we'll see. But this is a real thing. I mean, this is not gimmicky. When this was first talked about, people were like, that's another one of his gimmicky things. But this is legitimate.
Aaron, we all know, because first of all, American football is like so huge. And for us Wisconsin people, we care so deeply. So we know that Aaron's a philosopher. He's a thinker. And still to this day, I mean, there's some mystical stories in India where there's still yogis or sages that have lived in caves their whole entire lives, and they're in deep meditation, and they stay there, and then when they come out and they go out into the world, they share a lot about the inner stillness and self-inquiry that I don't think we give ourselves time, because our modern world is filled with distractions. So I think he's excited for it, and it'll be interesting. We'll all be wondering what he's going to share when he comes out.
Right, exactly. If we think this is weird, it's been going on for thousands of years. So we're the weird ones for thinking that. Rima Shah, thank you so much for joining us here on SAT.
It was so great having you. All right, let's take it live outside right now.